Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everyone. Hey, a love dub goes out from my heart to all of those of you who are getting back on this bus. I do appreciate it. I definitely appreciate all the comments as well as the subscriptions. Thank you very much for joining the ride. And for those of you that are new to the channel, you know what that means. We're stopping for you. Get on the bus. There's a lot of room. Let's get this thing started. All right, so today we are going to be bridging in something that I call real life utility, folks, as we talk about this Volvo article, or this article from Ledger Insights pertaining to Volvo and Concordium, the Concordium blockchain. Yes, real life utility. You've all heard of real world utility. I am injecting real life utility. As I've been reading these articles for well over a year now, and going through and digesting them, I kept having these thoughts populating into my brain about, well, what about this and what about that? And some things that made me laugh as I would go through this. And I said, you know what? One of these days I should have the courage, I should have the opinion or whatever to put it out actually in the channel. And I've been delaying for whatever reason, but today is the day it is rolling out. And I want to know what you think of the way that I present this particular information this time. Please throw some comments in the channel below, whether they're positive or negative. Throw them on in here. Let's roll out. Volvo owner creates joint venture with Concordium Blockchain. And this came out a couple of days ago. So today, a joint venture was announced between China's Geely and Concordium to develop blockchain business models and applications for the automotive and other business sectors. Now, as I go through this article, folks, basically I am going to kind of show you and ask you the question, are you Geelified? Look at what Geely is doing here and who they're getting involved with, and ask yourself, am I Geelified? Is that me? Am I the one? And yes, your voice and your tone or whatever has to go up like an octave when you say it. Am I Geelified? Is that me? All right, so here we go. Apart from its own brand, Geely has owned Volvo since 2010. Its owner, Li Shufu, is the largest shareholder in Daimler at 9.7%. Now, just pause right there. Let's tap the brakes on this bus real quick, all right? Just in like 2 sentences, we've come to a conclusion that Geely and Concordium are getting into a joint venture. Geely owns Volvo. Volvo, the owner of it at least, is the largest stakeholder in Daimler at 9.7%. The CEO of Concordium is also the deputy chairperson of Volvo, which Geely owns. So essentially, Geely is getting into a relationship pretty much with itself. You know, when you've gone to school and early, in life, and you've gone to school, especially high school, and it was all about who you knew. And if you didn't know the right crowd, you sure as heck weren't getting very far. So that's the CEO of Concordium, all right? So think about this and how they're getting intertwined. So the joint venture company is expected to incorporate this year, subject to regulatory approval, with Geely owning 80% stake. And why is Geely having 80% stake? My personal opinion is because they have all the money, folks. They have all the money. All right. Another Geely company. Now that we're going in again to another part of Geely. Another Geely company, China's Genius and Guru. I gotta admit, I kind of like that name. That's pretty sweet. I want to see how it's pronounced or enunciated in Chinese. But anyway, which invests in fintechs and financial institutions, will partner to build out use cases in China. Folks, tapping the brakes again. In everything that you are looking at in this industry, as you're doing your own research, I never claim this channel to be financial advice in any form. But here's the thing, all right? I just want you to look at this. If you are looking into companies, make sure that their product that they are producing is trying to solve a problem in real world. Does it have use cases? Does it have real world utility? Now, the interesting thing about that is that that's the same thing you got to apply in your life. You know, right here it says, the joint venture company that is expected to incorporate this year is subject to regulatory approval. Is anywhere in your life, when you're getting ready to join with something, whether it's getting into that relationship, getting into that business relationship, joining that new club, that, getting a new job, is there a regulatory thing that says, you know what, are you subject to something else before you go down that? That's really what it boils down to. Are you subject to something? And listen here, that subject to something cannot be your boo or your bae or your best friend or whatever it is that's in the same boat you are. It has to be a higher authority. For me in my house, I'm just here to tell you that I'm a Christian. All right, that's just who I am. But I understand that there is a regulating body that I don't always obey. I'm just keeping it real with you folks. It is one of those things. But that being said, do you reach out to another entity, or are you subject to another entity that you can't fully influence in order to get those decisions and make sure that you're making the best decisions for yourself? Because a lot of times that regulating body has to protect you, has to protect you from messing up the entire system. All right, it's just one of those things. Let's get on with this article. Geely Holdings, and this is the CEO of Geely Holdings, said the aim is to build, and this is where it's solving a problem, all right? Solving a problem. The game of this is to build an ecosystem to reduce the cost of trust and provide companies with an access to a platform with the tools they need to develop blockchain-based applications together and grow in the Internet of Value. They're creating a nest that other companies can come in order to build and develop applications that will be able to work together and grow. Okay. And, something screams out with real life utility in that as well is the people who you are getting involved with. Ask yourself, are they going to help me grow? Is the relationship that I'm getting ready to pursue in, the job that I'm getting ready to take, the team that I'm getting ready to join, especially on the professional level, is it going to help? Is it going to help me financially? Probably so. Is it going to help me emotionally or mentally or physically? Maybe not. Do they have the best physical trainers out there? Do they have the best resources in order for you to get through the things that you need to get through? Oftentimes, you need to be protected from yourself in order to, make some of the best decisions. So you have to make sure that the nest that you're getting involved with is going to be creating you a value, an internet of value, a nest of value for yourself. Now, the article goes on to read that Concordium is getting ready to launch its public permissionless blockchain in the second quarter of this year. That's 2021. It positions itself, meaning it's stating that, hey, this is who we are. They're saying this is who we are and this is what we stand for as an enterprise-friendly blockchain. Is an enterprise-friendly blockchain. We're talking about companies that have a lot of resources, a lot of tools, and we're going to be able to position ourselves as we are friendly to you. Are you doing that the same thing in your own life? When you're stepping out and you're saying, I've got this project for work, what is it that I'm going to go forth and do? Am I going to be the one that's going to position myself to be friendly to the best office environment as possible? Am I going to be the one that's friendly to the best relationship, to my wife, to my husband, whatever it is? Am I positioning myself to be enterprise friendly, work friendly? You have to ask yourself that. Now here it goes in green, all right, for Concordium. Although it's permissionless, it incorporates an identity layer, and all participants, whether organizations or individuals, will have an identity. Now, while the transactions can remain private, requests from government authorities will result in identities being revealed. It also claims to offer transparency but privacy. It uses a zero-knowledge proof cryptography to enable data to be encrypted and only the need-to-know aspects be revealed. Let's pump the brakes on this, all right? Let's just do that real quick. When you're getting involved with whatever situation you're getting involved with, look, you need to do what you can in order to do a couple things, all right? You need to make sure that who you're investing with is going to be worthwhile. Are they going to have your best trust in mind? Do they have investments outside of you, like a 9.7% investment elsewhere that's also just going to benefit you in the long run anyway? Are there going to be regulatory factors involved so that can guard you and protect you from you and make sure that the project that's moving forward is going to be the best thing for the industry, the best thing for your life, the best thing for your marriage, the best thing for your schooling? Is it going to be that way? Are you subject to a higher authority? And now that you look at this and saying, listen, after you get all that together, let's just pause a minute. Just because you got together doesn't mean you got to let everything out there into the public. You don't have to be posting on Instagram and posting on Facebook and putting all your stuff out there so everybody else can see. No, you only let the need-to-know aspects be revealed and let the things that are meant to be public, in this case such as government, or in this case such as, hey, yes, we're together, be public. But all that private stuff, keep it private. That there's so many different levels of which that can get into, but you get the point that's going in there, all right? So the article finishes off saying that, meanwhile, Volvo has been involved in many blockchain projects, but mainly for traceability of ethically sourced minerals. And Daimler has a broader range of blockchain initiatives. The most novel is a collaborative with Bosch Stuttgart to explore using public tokens to fund industry machinery. And we'll get more into that Mercedes-Benz Daimler project sometime in the next video. So there you have it, folks. This is the Automotive Blockchain channel, and I'm bringing you a touch of real life utility woven in. I'm just kind of throwing it out there in a sense of kind of seeing how I'm going to start changing the focus on this channel. Yes, staying in my own wheelhouse, but at the same time, adding an extra flavor, kind of adjusting the interior of this bus a little bit, making it a little more plush, adding a couple little more visuals that you can interact with. So that being said, I look forward to the comments, folks. Put them down there in the bottom, and I look forward to seeing you next time.